in the simple gospel, and I will rejoice in you, Lord.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Before I get into just a little brief discussion about purpose, I would like to extend my gratitude for each and every person who have commented, called, and just expressed their support of me. Thank you so much. I mean, honestly, it means so much to me from the bottom of my heart. I am so grateful to receive such a overwhelming amount of support in the midst of this endeavor, and I am grateful. I am so grateful. You know, it makes me just want to sing a song. I am grateful for the things that He has done. Yes, I'm grateful for the victories we've won. And I can't go on and on and on about His works, because I'm grateful, so grateful just to praise my Lord. See, you didn't even know I had a song in my heart. I keep a song in my heart. Seriously, I do. And just like David said, I keep the word hidden in my heart so I may not sin against Him. I keep a song hidden in my heart, because you never know when you have to stir yourself, encourage yourself, you know, pull yourself up by your own bootstraps, okay? And, you know, in the midst of that, again, I thank each and every one of you. I mean, it really does mean a lot to me. So what I want to just briefly talk about is purpose. You know, and I know many of you have heard about purpose and destiny, and, you know, just being created for a reason in this very generation. And it is so true. Every single person here on this earth was born with a purpose and born with destiny. And it doesn't matter if you were, you know, brung into this world at the guttermost or at the uttermost. It does not matter. It does not matter. God looks at every single person as one of value, of purpose, and of destiny. And it's just a matter of discovering it as we, you know, walk along this journey called life. We have to discover our purpose and destiny. But one thing that I can say, before you can discover the purpose and the destiny, because usually it's like, you know, it's like the gifts and the talents. A lot of people associate it as, this is my purpose, this is my destiny. You know, if you're really good with musical instruments, and you're a well-known musician, or if you have, you know, a singing voice that is so golden and you're a well-known singer, or if you have the gift to teach children and just nurture kids, and children just, you know, flock to you, or if you are have the gift to be a solid leader, where you can actually lead all types of people from all different walks of life because of your, you know, internal makeup and your character. Those things are just gifts and talents and abilities. But our purpose here on this earth, we were born to glorify God. And that is our purpose. That is our purpose. Now, we may glorify Him and magnify Him through those different domains that I mentioned, you know, in education, in entertainment, in government, in communication, whatever facet of life, in business or politics. those domains are just avenues to perfect your giving gifts and your giving talents. But do you know that all of those things were given to you to glorify God? And that's just one thing that I would, here I come again with some more challenges. But I say, let's use our gifts and talents to glorify God, because our purpose is for Him. Our purpose is to magnify God. Our purpose is to glorify God. And we have to be mindful that we glorify Him in our speech, that we glorify Him in our presentation of how we look, how we present ourselves. And the first one I just talk about in speech, I'll just share a little bit about myself. Growing up, I didn't always say the right things right. And there is a lot of talk about, I ain't got no filter, and I saw this really funny picture on Facebook, and it's so true. It's like, it's not my mouth that needs deliverance, but it's my face. But I chuckle at that like it's funny, but in actuality it's not funny. But as far as the speech is concerned, I didn't have a filter. And when it came to my words, I didn't realize how cutting they were. I didn't realize how hurtful the delivery was. And that was something that I had to learn over time, is to make sure that I'm glorifying God in my speech. That I believe it's in the Old Testament, when it talks about having the tongue of the learned. And within that, it's a tongue that you know what to say, when to say, and how to say it. And it's always about how you say it. And that is something that I've learned, is, to glorify God in my speech. That don't just let anything come out, and that's one of the things too that I thank God for at this present time in my life, that I am learning to, have the tongue of the learner. And, sometimes when I go back, like, I done went through a couple of these videos. So I hope nobody think like, oh, she was spot on the very first time. No, I wasn't. It goes back to that, like my first video when I talked about unrealistic goals. No, I done had about maybe 7 or 8 videos before this one. But it's all in the fact of making sure that it's how I say it. Not that it's scripted or it's not candid, but it's the fact that I choose and I've learned that I want to glorify God in my speech. I want to glorify God in my speech. And I want my speech to be purposeful. I just don't want to, I've heard someone say before, have diarrhea of the mouth. I don't want that. I've been that person. And thank God that I am a new creature. Thank God that there has been transformation in my life. Understanding that everything that we do, it has to be purposeful. And the purpose in it is to glorify God. So, when you make a decision in your life, just keep it in your subconscious. Is this glorifying God? If I make this deal in this manner, does that glorify God? if I choose to go see this show or do this, am I glorifying God? If I say this way to this person, would I truly be glorifying God? It's just decisions like that, because when you do that, you'll begin to move more on your conviction versus just your reaction or just your feeling to, oh, whatever feels good, let's just do it, but you'll actually be more prone to follow your conviction, because we know at the end of the day, our purpose in life is to glorify God. And like I said earlier, you glorify Him by way of your gifts, talents, and ability. I honestly know that I bring glory to God whenever I'm rightly doing my job. I'm a licensed insurance agent, and I feel like I'm being purposeful and bringing glory to God when I'm keeping the oath that I set to keep out to do, to make sure that I'm rightly and clearly helping policyholders understand their coverages, that I'm keeping the oath and the commitment to the carriers that I'm not going to do anything fraudulent or deceitful to, pad my own pockets and lose my, license because I'm doing something fraudulent. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. But my gifts and my abilities are bringing me closer to my own purpose and destiny. And along the way, I am glorifying God. So let's just be mindful each and every day to do things with purpose. Just don't be one of those people that be like, why are you doing that? I don't know. I don't know why I'm doing that. Now, if it's something of substance, you got to know why you're doing what you're doing. Because if you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, you may be a follower. It may be just, maybe get manipulated or something along the way. I'm not sure. But in anything that you do, make sure you know why you're doing what you're doing. And the core question is this that I am involving myself in, is it bringing glory to God? So until next time, if there's anything that you would actually like to hear me talk about, I know it's kind of premature. It's my second video, and I'm asking y'all, would you like to hear anything? But, I want to engage with each and every one of you, and I actually want to expound on things that is more relatable to what's going on in our current life. And the reason why I felt like, okay, let me talk about purpose, is because a lot of people are doing things and they don't even know why they're doing it. They have no clue why they're doing what they do. They don't know why they are affiliated with this, or you just don't know. And I'll tell you, I know why I'm doing this is so I can bring glory to God, and also to bring people closer to Him, to bring a freshness, to bring more passion and more, excitement about serving God. And I'll just give this little soft disclaimer before I conclude, but I don't proclaim to know everything. I don't know everything. But what I have learned and what I do know, I'm just going to share it as simple as I know how to. And that's always how I live my life. I've shared things with people and opened my life up to people, and just tell you as simple as I've learned it, what works for me. So I do know that I've learned that my purpose in this world is to glorify God, and it just so happened it comes by way of, my gift of administration, my gift of time management, and making things beautiful. But that's my contribution to this earth, and I want to hear at the end of my life, well done. So until next time, feel free to comment and also like and subscribe, and hey, tell a friend.